Did you know that the tree grows in two directions at the same time? Think about it. For every moment when we look at a tree, our attention naturally goes to what we can see: the trunk, the branches, the leaves, and eventually the fruit. But what we often forget is that while the tree is growing upward, it's also growing downward. In fact, before the tree can grow tall, it must first grow deep. Nobody should fool you into believing that the fruit comes first before the roots. That's not how nature works. Honestly, that's not how life works either. What's fascinating is that the root system beneath the ground often mirrors the branch system above it. In other words, what you see outside is usually supported by something significant that you cannot see. Now, here is where it gets more interesting. Really, a tree naturally grows two directions at the same time. It grows toward light, but it also grows toward gravity. Before it can reach the sunlight, the seed has to grow underground. Think about that. Its journey begins in darkness, not in spotlight, not where everyone can see it, not where anyone is applauding. The seed is buried beneath the surface, surrounded by soil, pressure, rocks, resistance, and before there is any visible sign of growth above the ground, the roots are quietly doing their work below it. They are pushing deeper, they are spreading wider, they are building strength, and nobody sees it happening. But that's exactly what makes the tree strong enough to rise. And isn't that a lot like life? Everybody wants the fruit. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the promotion, the recognition, the influence, the achievement, and the results. We admire finished products, but few people talk about the roots. Very few people talk about lonely seasons. The seasons when you are working hard and nobody notices. The seasons when you are learning, growing, failing, and trying again. The seasons when you are questioning yourself and wondering whether all your effort is making any difference at all. Yet, those are often the most important seasons of our lives, because the things that make people successful are usually built along before success becomes visible. Case in point, character is built in private, discipline is built in private, faith is built in private, resilience is built in private, wisdom is built in private. Long before people see the fruit, the root is already growing. And that's why I believe we all need to grow in two directions, just like the tree. We need upward growth, that is growth everyone notices, learning new skills, building a career, starting a business, achieving goals, creating opportunities, making progress, but also we need downward growth. That's the growth fewer people see, like developing integrity, building character, learning patience, growing humility, strengthening our faith, and becoming emotionally mature. Because if all you focus on is growing upward, eventually you will reach a point where your success becomes heavier than the foundation can support. The taller a tree becomes, the deeper the roots must grow. The same is true for us. The greater the responsibility, the influence, the success, and hope to carry, the stronger your foundation needs to be. So, if you are in a difficult season right now, don't rush it. Maybe you are not stuck. Maybe you are growing roots. Maybe the challenges you are facing today are building the strength you will need tomorrow. Maybe God is developing you. Maybe God is developing something in you before He develops something through you. So don't underestimate the hidden seasons. Don't despise the quiet seasons. And don't compare your beginning to someone else's harvest. Remember this: the fruit everyone admires is supported by the roots nobody sees. Keep growing upward in your skills. Keep your dreams, your opportunities, but never neglect growing downwards in your character, your values, and your foundation, because just like the tree, the deeper your roots, the higher you will be able to rise.